is looking at you, kid. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
I'll have what she's having.
Boss will be with you, always.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
We're at the home stretch, ladies and gentlemen. 2 more weeks. I hope y'all are ready. But in the meantime, we're going to go over everything that's happened recently here on Gone with the Wind. Cue the music.
I'm a terrible thing.
I'm just gonna use that as the intro this time.
We don't normally hear the music until we listen to the podcast afterwards.
No, I know. Right now it's live. How did I do that? How did I do it live right here, right now? Hey, everybody. Welcome to Gone with the Wind, as we mentioned beforehand. I'm your host, Manning, the host of Gone with the Wind, the show about award shows where we talk about, you guessed it, award shows. Wow, I can't believe that I actually did that. That's actually impressive. I don't know how I did that. I'm shooketh that I was able to do that. This past week has been a difficult roller coaster. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to say it because I think there's a stigma that people need to break. And if you get it, that is okay. I have COVID and I was diagnosed last week. I am good. My girlfriend also has it as well, too. She is also now doing good. We have some side effects, but we are on the mend from it as we speak at this time. COVID is something that I think people, when they hear, they're like, oh, it's the plague. No, it is not the plague. Of course, you want to quarantine and make sure you give yourself some fluids and rest as much as possible. But this is something that I think the stigma needs to be broken off. And yes, I got it. Do I know how I got it? Absolutely not, because I'm like a guy who double masks whenever I go and rarely goes out. So it can happen to anybody. But I wanted to make sure that is the case. If I seem very tired and if I seem completely off my rocker, more so than usual, of course. But if I seem tired and lethargic and not as of my energetic self, I'm still building that back. Sometimes it's even difficult to go for a walk around my neighborhood, as pretty as it is outside. So thank God for that. It is a beautiful day out here in North Carolina. But enough about me. We always hear about me. And I think it's time we're going to hear about our panelists right here as we are literally watching the BAFTAs live. Like, it is going on right now. They just gave the fellowship to Ang Lee. But now I'm here with 2 people. One of our guests is missing. I'll let you guys figure out who that is right after I introduce the panelists we have right now. We have Dan.
Hey, Manning. Hey, you know what? I'm glad you're doing good, buddy. I was sick for a little while there for a couple weeks. I didn't have COVID. I had the flu. So I know how being sick feels, and you just feel drained. You feel you don't want to do anything. But I still watched a lot of movies. I never not watch. I could be dying on my deathbed, and I'm going to watch movies. That's just me. And I know you're the same way.
I will say I watched a lot more TV than I actually did movies, because I think I mentioned beforehand, you have a lot of brain fog whenever you're doing anything with, your concentration is harder to transpire. Like right now, even then, my brain thinks about what I'm trying to do. And I'm already a spacey person, but it's really interesting. I got caught up with a lot of HBO. Like, I'm finally watching the 3rd season of Westworld, HBO Max, after Godzilla vs. Kong. I've finally started Seven Samurai. I have put it off for so long because it's 3.5 hours. And I decided, you know what better time to watch it? So I'm starting that right now. But also, we have someone else who's currently here right now, right below me in this other box that you'll never see. It's Abe.
Hi. How you doing, people? I'm doing good. I'm not sick right now.
He is not. He is safe. I don't know how. From you've gone to movie theaters, sir. How have you not gotten COVID? I'm just like, good for you, sir. Good for
you. I don't know. Oh, maybe I have gotten it and I've never felt it.
True. Asymptomatic. That is the case. My mom and my sister do not have any symptoms whatsoever. So if they are symptomatic or whatnot, I don't know. We don't know. COVID's a weird thing. Am I right, everybody? Am I right? I'm just happy that we're finally trending away from it with the mass vaccinations taking place, and now this kind of the eradication that is transpiring from it. But thank you guys for joining us today. This is going to be the BAFTA SAG DGA special as we get ready to 2 more episodes. Guys, think of it. Besides this episode, we got 2 more episodes before the Oscars. Just imagine that. And after we have our Oscars reaction and everything, we might do 1 more after that, but we'll be taking a brief hiatus from Gone with the Wind, just so everyone knows, while we do some revamping with the Take 3 Productions channel that will be taking place. Not this coming week, but next week. We will be having the late night with Take 3, that is Malcolm's show for the Take 3 community. We'll be having there. But until then, we'll be having 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 more episodes of Gone with the Wind before we take a brief hiatus to recoup and get ourselves all situated for the next year coming. Actually, right now, director is being handed out, so we're going to get a live reaction for BAFTA in a few seconds. You'll know it's Chloe Zhao. Let's not even kid ourselves. But regardless, thank you guys again for joining in this episode. We'll be going over BAFTA. We'll be going over DGA. We'll be going over SAG. Let's talk about SAG for a second. Holy cow. I had mentioned prior that maybe Viola Davis gets this. Ooh, I don't know. It's a possibility. But I went with Carey Mulligan because that was the smart choice. That was the choice everyone was going for. But in the end of the day, we had a wrench thrown into it with Viola Davis, and with that, Viola Davis takes home the SAG. For the Golden Globes, you have Andra Day. You for the Critics' Choice, you have Carey Mulligan. So you're not going to have one person, and because Viola Davis is not nominated for BAFTA, you are not going to have, or any of those people, mind you, are not nominated for BAFTA. You're not going to have any crossover whatsoever. So this was unprecedented when this transpired. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts. We're going to start off with Best Actress because it's infinitely the most interesting in SAG. We're getting cutting to the chase. Dan, when you saw Viola Davis was taking away, what were your thoughts in regards to, holy cow, what is now transpiring in the Best Actress race?
Yeah, because I, like you, thought Carey Mulligan. We all talked about it.
She had the momentum.
We just it just, the tea leaves started coming the way of Carey Mulligan, and maybe it was sometimes SAG will give it to a person who they deem deserving of it at that time, and maybe she hadn't already won a SAG, Viola Davis, so it was her time to win one, and they weren't thinking about the overall picture of the awards that are going to come after them. And so that's why she ended up winning. Now that puts the monkey wrench in everything because we've had so many different winners. I still think Carey Mulligan is the favorite to win the Oscar, but it's nice to see them be diverse and give it to different people. And actually, that night, a lot of diversity happened on SAG. So maybe they were trying to do that thing with, we're going to go diverse with a lot of these, acting categories and so forth. So Daniel Kaluuya, Chadwick Boseman, Yoon Jun, whatever, herself, Viola Davis. So maybe that was a conscious effort on the Screen Actors Guild to do that, and that's why they gave it to Viola. Plus, she hadn't won, and she's been nominated, I believe, for SAG before and hadn't won. So, I was definitely surprised. I went 2 out of 6 for my SAG, so I was not a happy camper. But I'm happy that she won because she definitely was deserving. It's not like these people aren't deserving because they do a great job. She did a great job. Mm-hmm. That just became that character. She did.
And I will add that what really shocked me, I think this more shows the power of Viola Davis, because she's won 6 SAGs. She has won 6 SAGs. It's amazing. And 3 of those, 3 of those were ensemble, I believe, or two of those were ensemble. 2 were for How to Get Away with Murder, or on the television side of things. One was for Fences, which she won, and then another one was for The Help, which she won for The Help, beating Meryl Streep that year for Iron Lady, which is shocking to me. So she is. They now with Monterey's Black Bottom, she now I believe becomes the most awarded Black actress in all of SAG history. Wow. So Abe, I know it's for saying something because she is one of the best out there. Tell us, Abe, what are your thoughts that Viola Davis won Best Actress and just kind of shook up the entire race of this year?
I did not follow that shook up. I saw everybody's reaction like, the race has flipped and it's become more interesting. And I don't see it like that. And my whole point of that is that which movie got the Best Picture nomination? That's my thing. Like, it's going to be more like, and that's why I agree with them that Carey Mulligan is still the head of the race. And I think that's going to carry on. And I don't see, I understand Viola Davis winning. She's fantastic in that movie. Well, like overall, when you see it, every single branch of the Academy votes on Best Actress. It's not just the actors, and I know the actors have probably the majority. Well, not probably, they have the majority of the voting. But I don't. Well, I think it becomes a little bit more interesting. I don't see a whole lot of change of what my train of thought was because I was still picking Carey Mulligan. And if Viola wins, well, that happened, and it's well deserved, I guess. Well, no, it's well deserved. Everybody did a great job in their work. Like honestly, like all the performance nominated are well liked.
And this is what I think. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Breaking. Anthony Hopkins just won BAFTA for The Father.
I told you guys, man.
I know. First off, I can see Dan, which you guys can't see because this is only audio. Dan is very, very excited for this. Okay, so this completely just makes actor interesting again. However, if Anthony Hopkins was going to win anywhere, BAFTA, I'm not too shocked that he was going to, because this is his home turf.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked because this was Chadwick Boseman's final performance. He had the momentum and he was steamrolling. This now makes Best Actor a little more interesting, in my opinion. However, now let's move on to, actually, I'm going to give my quick thoughts on Viola Davis winning this. We're about to find out who's going to win actress right now, because they just finished actor. So let me give my thoughts in a second. I'm going to hold on actor and give you actress and give you actor. Okay, so Chadwick wins SAG, Hopkins wins actor. What is Dan? Quick thoughts.
Well, I've been telling you guys, and and I don't tell anybody anything. People do whatever they want. I just express my opinions on things. I saw The Father back in November, and you and I actually did a podcast of Gone with the Wind, and you interviewed me about some of the movies that I saw at various festivals at that time. And what did I say? I said, The Father, Anthony Hopkins is amazing. And now that The Father started coming out places, and people started seeing it, people are realizing how incredible Anthony Hopkins is in that film. You feel like you have dementia. They put you in a situation while you're watching it where you feel like you're confused and you're disoriented. And that's how effective The Father is, and how amazing that Anthony Hopkins has. I mean, it's like he actually has dementia, and you don't know what right from wrong, left from right, up from down. And that's what's amazing about that performance in that film. I had a feeling this is going to start happening, and this could start snowballing for him now, because he is amazing. And look, I'm not taking anything away from Chadwick Boseman. He is amazing in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and I liked him in The Five Bloods. But I really do believe, and it's not because he passed away, I strongly believe, it's just my opinion, that Anthony Hopkins gave the best performance of the year. BAFTA obviously realized that the guy gave a phenomenal performance. And
wait, we're about to find out right now. I think I'm like a second behind you, and the winner for this now is Frances McDormand. What in the world? Wow. What in the world is going on here, ladies and gentlemen? I have absolutely no idea.
BAFTA, we thought SAG threw a monkey wrench into it. Now BAFTA's really throwing a monkey wrench.
Okay, so this is interesting to say the least. Abe, so tell us, Anthony Hopkins just won a BAFTA. Chadwick Boseman won the SAG, but then Frances McDormand wins the BAFTA, and Viola Davis wins the SAG. Best Actress and Best Actor are an interesting race, to say the least. Give us your thoughts now that we have these new monkey wrenches thrown into it.
Look, I happen to agree with that Anthony Hopkins gave a better performance than Chadwick Boseman, because that movie's fucking great. But I will review that. Let's save it for another day. Or do you want me
to? We'll do that. We'll do another episode for that.
Okay, yeah, but like, he truly is amazing. Like, honestly. Like, out of all the best pictures, I still haven't watched Judas and the Black Messiah Minari. I don't know why I haven't watched Minari if I pay for it. But that's the only movie I truly love. Out of all the best picture nominees that I've seen. Still need to. And I watch it probably one today. Yeah. Wow. That one, like, wow. Even Promising Young Woman. I rewatched it the other day in theaters. again. And I still say that still needs that little push. I still like it a lot, but I do not love it. I don't the best as I mentioned the best actress race. I still think it's Carey Mulligan to lose, and as the Anthony Hopkins thing, I think they're gonna give it to Chadwick. Like I think that's it's gonna sound weird, but like a national thing. Like it makes sense for Anthony Hopkins to win the BAFTA. I would have given him the Oscar, but I don't think that's gonna happen. And if it happens, again, I think both are. Oh, no, honestly, Anthony Hopkins did give a better performance. No offense, but yeah, like it's crazy, fantastic. Like you feel for him from the beginning until the end, and then it hits you in the face, and you start crying a little bit. Yeah, but yeah, it's like I think it's gonna be Chadwick because well, he has won everything. So BAFTA, where it makes sense, he will win. I wouldn't like. I bet you some people had it predicted. Then you had, you had, yeah, you had
It's like
Anthony winning
basically
BAFTA right now.
A split is not
Yeah,
shocking to you if that was going to happen.
yeah, like no,
Yeah, I mean, I said it all along. I want Anthony Hopkins to win, but it doesn't mean I don't care about Chadwick Boseman because I do. I think he's incredible, and I don't take anything away from him.
Yes, but no, I don't think anyone. I think the question now arises though: is this still Chadwick Boseman's to lose? Because while Anthony Hopkins had the home field advantage, we're reacting to this live. What was your thoughts on actually Viola like Frances McDormand winning? Does that change anything?
no, because Carey Mulligan and Viola Davis are not nominated.
This is true, but then again, Carey Mulligan will have only won the critics. And do you think that she has the momentum? I mean, the thing is, yes, she's in the Best Picture winner, but like. She didn't win against Viola Davis in almost anything. She's won the Critics' Choice Awards, and that is it.
Right,
but we have seen places where BAFTA hasn't been the best actress or best actor or whatever category you want to say. Regina King won the Oscar and she wasn't even nominated. We won
yep
3 years ago. So it's not crazy to see a SAG winner winning. And Viola Davis just won an Oscar about 4 years ago. I know things happen and we have this weird narrative that if you get one, you're probably gonna take some time before you get another one. Like Mahershala Ali won 2 in 3 years and stuff like that.
Yes, this is true.
I will say this though, in an elevation sense, point of view, Abe, when they win supporting, the next thing is 2, 3, 1, however very many years later, they eventually win best, whether it be male or female. Supporting sometimes can also go parallel, but usually when it comes to you win supporting a lot of the times, eventually you win the best actress. If you go back to the actress categories over the last 3, 4, 5 decades, you can see that trend happening. They win supporting, boom, they win best. They win
Who was the last?
It makes sense that Viola could win.
Yeah, but like I don't recall anything. But I recall that happens more. Well, not what you say, but like actor, Crystal Potts won 2 in 4 years, something like that. Mahershala Ali won.
Yeah.
Actress
Meryl Streep wins supporting. Well, she won best. She won 2 best.
Yeah, Meryl Streep has won 4, but it's gonna sound.
Yeah.
It's gonna sound weird, but it usually I don't recall like happening with women. Like I don't remember any that had won like.
Yeah.
Well, not back to back, but like in a 5-year range to Oscars. Well, I'm trying to think. Anne Hathaway, Jennifer Lawrence.
While you were looking at that real fast, just going to quickly give my thoughts on the Best Actress race, because the Best Actress race right now to me is the most interesting to watch because you have everything that has transpired recently. I don't think Carey Mulligan, unless by some miracle and chance, is going to win this. Looking back this now, she of course didn't make it in, and she's kind of like she is the, how do I say this? Frances McDormand seems to be the default when when no one else is there. So she has a consensus, but we're not ranked choice voting. The biggest branch right now went with Viola Davis. Now that said, look back at SAG when it was Best Actor with Casey Affleck and Casey Affleck versus Denzel Washington for Fences that year. Denzel Washington won. Casey Affleck ultimately won the Best Actor race. So at this point, it could be truly anyone's game. But I think Viola Davis is going to have that narrative to push herself forward at the very end. Now, Frances McDormand could be, but she did not get up there to give a speech. She was not there to give a speech, and it was just kind of something that was read. She doesn't really do award speeches all that much. So
didn't even campaign.
Exactly. So what I think at the end of the day is that she was someone who's close, but not in their number one pick. And the only reason Viola Davis and Carey Mulligan were not there was because of the new voting blocks that they in fact had from a small group of people. I still think this is Viola Davis's to lose. Carey Mulligan, I think, while we are the people who are like critics and people who are championing her, I don't think she has gotten the love and support she needed. And I think the only thing you're going to get is Emerald Fennell's name for Best Original Screenplay. Go ahead, Abe. You got to say something.
The closest gap of an actress winning an Oscar for acting, it's 9 years. It's Kate Blanchett. She won in 2003 for The Aviator, and it took 9 years for her to win Best Actress.
Wow.
Jasmine. So that's a thing. That's what I'm thinking. Like I've seen it happen with men, but usually not with women. I don't know why, but
I mean,
you see the trend, and you can go back. Well, what's her name? Renee Zellweger. She won it last year, and she won it a year in 2002 2003. I don't know.
Mountain.
Yeah,
around that time.
That's the second largest gap. So you usually don't see it with actors. That's what I'm thinking. Like, you sure it can take a long time, and it's people that have been working for a long time. They win one in the 90s, but like you see it one with actors. What's happening there? I don't know. I don't want to speculate anything, but like you usually do not see it. That's my point about Viola Hart. I don't think
I think the point you're getting is they liked Viola, but doesn't necessarily mean she's gonna win.
Yeah, like Viola Davis is incredible.
No, if it is going to be Carey Mulligan, I will eat my words. But at this point, I will gladly eat them because I think she gives one of the best performances of the year. I just don't think she is going to be able to go the distance because of the lack of love that we have seen in the big ones.
And I will tell you this, how relevant Nomadland is. There is where I believe Promising Young Woman could really step up, and with a bunch of other different bodies voting, not just actors, you could get someone in a lot of these other categories that really resonate with the story of Cassie in Promising Young Woman. And that is a narrative that I think, along with Nomadland, how it's reminiscent of the world we lived in last year in a way. Cassie's character is reminiscent of the Me Too movement, the cancel culture of so many of these men who've done so many despicable things. And I'm not putting the two together. I'm not just tying them together just because I feel like tying. I think there's a narrative there, and that's why she could be like the champion in this type of situation. But I could be completely wrong.
No, and that's why I think Viola Davis, Chadwick Boseman has been such a powerful force. Obviously, he wasn't as big of a force in BAFTA, it seems, but he has become and I think he's become the de facto front runner, and I think that's bringing eyes toward Viola Davis as well too, which I think might drag them over. But then again, you have the case, as you said beforehand, Abe, where Best Actress, Molly Riley's Black Bottom's not in Best Picture, and if you're telling me it's going to win Best Actor, Best Actress, and look at some of the BAFTAs that it won too. It won costume design, it won makeup. Is it going to win all those without a single Best Picture nomination? What was the last movie to do that? Get 4 Oscars without a Best Picture nomination?
That's very.
Do you guys know? Do you guys know?
I do know it.
I don't know. I was asking.
Oh no! I
was
watching something the other day, Gold Derby. One of the Gold Derby slugfests, and they were talking about it, but I can't remember what it was right now off the top of my head, what it could have been. But they were talking about that situation.
Well, see that, and that kind of brings me to the question of, I'm excited. We have a very unpredictable year in general. Again, Nomadland just won the BAFTA. It won a little bit ago, but I just wanted to make sure that was announced right here. Nomadland's won the BAFTA. We're not shocked at all.
It's a lock.
Chloe Zhao won director. Those two things are locks at this point, unless something funky happens, which I highly doubt, because there's been nothing else that's kind of there's been no cultural zeitgeist film of this year. When you look at SAG, also just to say, we talked about actor and actress for a little bit, and I want to come back to that in a bit. But if you look at BAFTA's winner for BAFTA's winner for supporting actor, Daniel Kaluuya. BAFTA's winner for, SAG's winner for supporting actor, Daniel Kaluuya. Is this the done deal? It's Daniel Kaluuya. He has swept everything. I do not see anyone else taking this at this point. Do you guys agree?
No, this is a lock. This is Chloe Zhao, Daniel Kaluuya, Nomadland. Those are the three locks. And you might even put Soul in there for best animated feature and score. Point. Those five are probably the locks, right?
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't see Daniel changing at all. I'm gonna watch that movie today, I promise. But I don't see any change. As Dan mentioned, Soul 2 in score and animated movie.
Locked up.
I also think Ma Rainey's in costume design. Probably Mank in
makeup.
Ma Rainey also in makeup, and Mank in set design, decoration, whatever it's called.
This is about a handful, eight or so that are pretty much locks at this point.
Just so everyone knows.
Emerald won.
Another
yes, she
round.
Did. What?
Go ahead.
What? No, hold on. We'll get into the BAFTA stuff in a second. I want to finish quickly with SAG. And I was saying also supporting actress we have. We had Maria Bakalova in there. We had I totally forgot. I'm blanking on whoever else was there. But against Maria Bakalova, we also had some of the other people. Who were they besides Olivia Colman? Besides the winner, of course. Besides the winner, which was the winner was Yoon Jung, YJ. She won for SAG, becoming the front runner, and then after winning BAFTA, I think she is now the de facto front runner and the representation that we are going to get for Minari, since it is not in foreign language film or international film in the Oscars. We're gonna say, Dan?
I think I gave some credit to to Glenn Close, and I think I think now I'm not feeling Glenn Close anymore. I know that sounded weird. That sounded a little weird. I'm not.
It's okay. We never thought you were in the first place.
But yeah, I kind of was like championing her to finally get that Oscar, but I'm starting to not to feel it. It looks like a Yoon Jun Yu. And it's not like this lady hasn't been acting. She's been acting for years. This would be like a life achievement award for her, It just so happens we haven't really seen her that much, because she's been in Asian cinema and stuff like that, I'm hearing that she's just like, she's been acting for years. She plays these type of characters a lot.
And I think I think this is more another case of Glenn Close just going to be happy to be there and just going to be clapping for someone else's win, because this is I think now, especially after we just got BAFTA's confirmation for supporting actress, and definitely no Maria Bakalova coming in there at the last minute. I think this is Yoon Jung YJ. I'm just gonna call her YJ because I can't pronounce her name properly. This is kind of her at this point where it's going to. She's going to take the gold. What about you, Abe? Do you agree?
With the BAFTA win, yes. I wish Maria would won. Like, that would be fun.
That would have been cool.
Be interesting. That would be a change of pace of what we're accustomed to. But yeah, I don't see anybody else winning right now. Especially with the SAG win and the BAFTA. It's like, those are two. I don't see anything that indicates that she will not win. Like, there's nothing that has happened before in the history of Oscars that says, like, I can see that happening here, and I don't see that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Except Glenn Close. So, the only thing, right?
Yeah. Well,
be honest. That's the only thing that could potentially put a problem for Union June is Glenn Close. What
would be crazy is that Glenn Close ends up winning her Oscar for that, because she has given
That would be weird.
incredible performances.
And I've
through
said
her
it
life.
before. Abe, I've said it before. Paul Newman, Al Pacino. I mean, are you kidding me? You know?
I mean, you would not
Yeah.
you would not be wrong if that was the case, but it's like at this point, it would be like, oh no, why? Why did you win for that? We're gonna look back and being that the case. I do think that this is still YJ's at this point, honestly.
And
Because there's
Good.
nothing to indicate otherwise.
yeah, real quick. Look, everybody's the wife. Oh, nobody saw the wife. She's the only nomination for the wife. Now that nomination for the wife looks great, doesn't it? You're wishing you gave her the Oscar now, aren't you, the Academy, for the wife? Because now this is your next choice. You don't know if you're ever going to give Glenn Close an Academy Award. So what do? Give her one of her worst performances, or considered one of the worst? Or now you're saying, oh man, why don't we give it to her for the wife?
I also want to, if they give it this time to YJ, just imagine for supporting actress. Abe, you're freezing.
Yeah, I
Just
have
give you
the
a heads up.
answer. I have
yes.
the answer for the last film
What's
that was not nominated for Best Picture and won 4 Oscars.
Yes.
The Matrix.
Matrix, but not acting.
But that was all
Not
below
actor
the
and acting.
line.
Yeah, but like you want the answer, right?
You're
I'm
right.
just
I mean, that's the
giving it to
closest
you.
thing.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I had to go through every year, but like,
But just like there's no picture or screenplay for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Like if it won 4 Oscars without any of that, I would be shocked. But at the same time, Frances McDormand also winning for the Oscar would be weird. But Carey Mulligan, that is the case. It's just there's not a lot of precedent when it comes to what she has won so far. So anyway, either way, something's going to be broken. And something's going to be, that Best Actress is going to be like, oh, what in the world's going on? Watch it be Andre Day or something.
Oh my god,
that would be absolutely bananas.
that would please don't do that. I mean, it's not like I thought she was amazing. She definitely deserved the nomination, but no, not this time around for Andrew Day.
But I was going to add to say that YJ apparently, if she won, she would be, I think the first actress, the first Asian actress to win supporting actress. So that would be an incredible feat in and of itself. Which
wow.
again, yeah. So that's just impressive. I could be very wrong, but I'm going all the way back, and I do not see.
Look, I'm gonna go into deep hole, and I'm gonna give you facts. The other one is Terminator 2, Judgment Day, won 4 Oscars without the Best Picture nomination. And I can go on, and I think we're just gonna see these technical marvels. So.
Yeah, I think all those would be technical films without Best Picture nominations, which it would be unprecedented if it were to do that. But it already has a great shot of winning 3. Is it winning 4 now is the big thing. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so those 4 more than likely your front runners. You have your front runners. Best Actress has no front runners. Pick a dart, throw it, see where it lands. That's what it's going to become Oscar Day. There is no front runner anymore. At least in my humble opinion, there is no front runner, and I don't think there has been since SAG. And you have Chadwick Boseman. Now, correct me if I'm wrong if you guys disagree, but Chadwick Boseman, I think, is the front runner with an outside chance of Anthony Hopkins now, especially with that BAFTA win. You now have, for supporting actor, Daniel Kaluuya. That's the most safest one of the entire night for any of the 4 acting categories. And then YJ taking it ultimately in the end with an outside weird. Maybe Glenn Close comes out of nowhere, pulls a Lord knows what. Or maybe it's Maria Bakalova in another twist of fate. Maybe it's Meta Seyfried. Maybe it's Olivia Colman. Maybe, who knows what it's going to be. But either way, it's not as a lot. It is. Wait, what's the 2? What's the 2?
Down to 2. Yoon Jung and Glenn Close. I want to keep saying Meryl. I don't know why
she's not nominated this year, everybody. As much as we'd think, she is not.
Glenn Close and Yoon Jung. She is. Those are the 2 in my opinion. I think the others are out of it now. You can forget them now.
Yeah, Maria Bakalova, I think, had a consensus. People liked her a lot. They're like, oh, we love her. We want to get her nominated. But I don't think it was enough to give her a win. Do you agree, Abe?
Yes. I want her to win. You know, That performance
I
was
know.
crazy good.
I know.
She was
I
good.
know you
Anthony
did.
There's also a lot of improv.
Yeah, but it's still acting.
Which is still
you have to
yeah,
stay on
that is.
character.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
stay on character.
So, but now, this has been BAFTA. So that's crazy.
Well-
I'm going to quickly go over. Oh yes, go ahead. I'm going to quickly go over the winners for each categories.
What's this? You can't correlate the best ensemble with best picture. I just want
Oh, not anymore.
You
Yes.
just can't correlate that. So I just want to, even though other awards prognosticators are trying to court, no, you cannot do that. Best ensemble is best ensemble. Yes. Has The Lord of the Rings won best ensemble and best picture? Sure it is. Has Spotlight won best ensemble and best picture? Has Birdman won? Yes. But you really, this time around, you can't correlate it. You just can't, because Nomadland wasn't nominated, and that's won best picture everywhere, but best ensemble and best picture. And so I just want to clear that up, make that point. That's all.
And I think nowadays that stat has been destroyed. Like, that's not something I think now people should take into consideration just now, because based solely upon the fact that like the best cast is not always equal to the best film. Yes, Parasite won last year. You're right. But I think that's more of like if that happens, it happens, and it helps build the narrative. It doesn't exactly correlate as much as like a PGA or even a BAFTA for best film. But you're right. All right, so this is what we have, because of course, Trial of Chicago 7 but I think everyone knew that was going to be the case, like, because it has the most cast.
Yes.
All right, so in a new category for BAFTA, we have casting, which is Rocks is your winner for this one, with other nominees being Calm with Horses, Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, and Promising Young Woman. Costume design. Nominees are Mank, Emma, The Dig, Ammonite, and your winner, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Makeup and hair. Nominees are Pinocchio, Mank, Hillbilly Elegy, The Dig, and your winner, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Already a lot that we're seeing. Production design. Nominees are Rebecca, News of the World, The Father, The Dig, and your winner, Mank. Another one we're not too shocked about.
Did people actually watch that shit?
Watch what, Rebecca? Apparently,
Yeah.
the British people did.
I'm telling you, the production design is incredible.
Yeah, I didn't want it to touch. I love the first one. I don't know if it's the original.
It's a beautiful,
the original.
Beautiful
Yeah,
movie, guys.
it's just incredible movie.
Yeah, just if you could just get past the performance by Armie Hammer and the script a little bit, the freaking movie looks amazing.
Is Armie Hammer eating something?
Probably. He had a snack in between
takes. You
takes.
cut that out?
Nope. He had a snack in between takes. All right, moving on. All right, Bresh sort. Excuse me. I'm gonna
cut
my
dying
coughing out.
again.
Yep, I'm dying again, guys. Sorry, second death. All right, British short film. Nominees are Miss Curvy, Lucky Break, Lizard, Eyelash, and the winner, The Present. British short animation. The Song of a Lost Boy, The Fire Next Time, and your winner, The Owl and the Pussycat. Special visual effects. The One and Only Ivan, Mulan, The Midnight Sky, Greyhound, and your winner, Tenet, which I might add, the Visual Effects Society went with Midnight Sky, so this is going to be interesting to see which one of those win, Tenet or Midnight Sky. Sound are Soul, Nomadland, News of the World, Greyhound, and Sound of Metal. Another one we're not at all shocked by. It's got sound in the title. It'd be weird if it didn't win. All right, your nominations for director are Rocks, or let me actually just go with the names of the. Rocks, Sarah Gavon, Q Vadis Aida, Q Vadis Aida. I'm not positive.
You got it.
Jasmila Zabank. Oh, man, I am really not bad. Although this is why you guys tune in, right? To see how much I butcher things. Jasmila Zabanik. Lee Isaac Chung, Minari, Shannon Murphy, Baby Teeth, Thomas Vinterberg, Another Round. Your winner, Chloe Zhao, Nomadland. Okay, she won DGA as well. Are we shocked that this is going to be the case? I fail to see any case where it's not going to be, where it will not be Chloe Zhao.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest locks of the entire thing.
Agreed.
I mean, if Nomadland and Chloe Zhao don't win, it would be probably the biggest upset in the history of the Academy Awards. I'll put my stamp on that.
Do you agree, Abe?
Yeah, considering that she has literally won everything. Like, I find it extremely
Like-
hard. Like, people just don't go with it.
Everything.
And
I don't think she has she lost anything.
I don't want to discredit anything, but that's a race. There weren't strong contenders. Can you imagine like how different the race would be if that Guillermo del Toro had a movie coming out this year? When Wes Anderson had a movie coming out last year. It's just people with pedigree, and I don't want to. Well, Nomadland's really good. I didn't love it, but like I don't think there's. Yeah.
Denny Villeneuve.
I don't see any.
I mean, there's a lot of filmmakers that had great movies coming out that didn't come out. So you're absolutely right. It just so happens that they didn't come out, and her movie came out, and everybody's raving about it.
She probably will still have like chances to win, no question, because it all depends on the movies. But like this field we are today. Like, there's no people like. I mean, pedigree is still a really lame term, but like, there's no people like with history people. There's not a Scorsese, Spielberg, even a Ridley Scott or something like that. People that have been in the conversation for a whole time. That you still put doubt, like maybe they can win right now. Maybe they can.
Spielberg had a movie coming out and didn't come out.
Yep.
Even there was a couple musicals that could have come. The thing is, if you look at the movies that are nominated, in a lot of these categories, a lot of independent movies. So that just tells you the year that we had. There was a lot less of big studio pictures and more independent films.
Oh, a lot more independent films.
And the only person that has any, I don't want to use pedigree, any history or whatever history with the Oscars is David Fincher, and Maggie has not been doing anything. So
this was a year, basically. This was a year for the people who are not within that Hollywood circle to try to break in and be like, "Hey, this is the quality of my film." And Chloe Zhao, from a directorial standpoint, had one of the highest quality films of the year, and people rallied around her. Like, this is a deserving win. Let's give it to her, and I think it was rightly deserved in my mind.
And then I think it's also a piggyback on top of The Rider, because if you go back to when The Rider came out, 2 years ago, or whatever, a year. That was one of the best reviewed movies of the year, The Rider was. And I don't think it got any nominations in a lot of awards places. So this is also kind of like, oh, we're going to reward her for this because her film is great, but also how nobody gave her any love for The Rider a couple of years ago, which if you go back and look at the reviews, it's one of the best reviewed films of that entire year. It was on everybody's top 10 lists and this and that, and yet it never got in any of the awards.
So what I was going to add as we continue along. So right now we have some of the ones that were yesterday. Everything that I mentioned beforehand besides the director was yesterday. We also have score. We have Mank, we have Minari, we have News of the World, Promised Young Woman, and your winner, Soul. Come on. We all know what this one's going to be.
This is a no-brainer now. I think Soul's got that locked up.
Absolutely. Documentary, we have Collective, David Attenborough, A Life on Our Planet, The Dissident, Social Dilemma, and My Octopus Teacher.
Yeah, this week Manning got it right, and that I think now you might start getting a front runner for documentary now with My Octopus Teacher winning. This might be the tea leaf, the final tea leaf that puts it in place for My Octopus Teacher. And I would be through the moon if this won, because did I love Collective? Yes, I did. And I know you love Collective.
Love it.
But the achievement that was put into this documentary is almost beyond comparison. 8,000 hours of footage narrowed down to make this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful movie.
It's really good. It is an absolute feat, to be sure. And I have to give like props to the people who did that. While I personally love Collective infinitely more because I think just what the story is, I think it really challenges us as people more than the Octopus Teacher does. The Octopus Teacher is very like it feels good, you know. But well, wait a minute, who do we have here? Who's the birthday boy that we currently have here?
Oh my God.
Woo!
Bushy
It's
eyed.
Malcolm.
He wakes up from his slumber.
Welcome, Malcolm. How does it feel to be the birthday boy? I mean, yesterday was your birthday there, but here it's your birthday today, correct? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome. Did you sleep well, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I'm sure you're hopping in right now. We're just going over BAFTA. Malcolm, Nomadland. I'll give you a quick brief down. BAFTA won Nomadland. Wait, that's not right. I'm sorry. It's the COVID. I'm just gonna blame it on the COVID. All right. So did BAFTA won Nomadland? You get it? Hear that, BAFTA? You were honored to win Nomadland. No. BAFTA won Nomadland, and hey, Malcolm is showing up. So this is chaos, and I love it.
So can I leave now?
No, you stay.
You stay.
Nice.
Unless you have to go, and then there's something
No, I don't have
emergency
to.
because there was someone
I don't
knocking
have
at your
to go.
door. Okay,
No, it
making
was
sure.
on
We can get some opinions from Malcolm now.
Yes. Okay. So basically, just give you. I want to hear your. While I'm going over BAFTA's wins right now. Just give you a heads up. For BAFTA, Nomadland won picture. Chloe Zhao won director. Maud Rainey's Black Bottom did not win anything but some of the under categories, meaning that Anthony Hopkins beat Chadwick Boseman for best actor. And Viola Davis did not win because she was not nominated. The person to win out of all those nominees was Frances McDormand for best actress. Daniel Kaluuya won Best Supporting Actor. YJ Yoon Jun, again, I'm sorry if I did that wrong, won Best Supporting Actress for Minari. So, Malcolm, what are your thoughts about these wrenches, besides, of course, Nomadland taking this and Daniel Kaluuya? What are your thoughts on this shakeup in some of these bigger acting categories like actor and actress?
Like, aside from Nomadland and all the usual ones we expected, Anthony Hopkins winning Best Actor, it actually doesn't surprise me much now that I have actually officially seen The Father. The Father is so good, and Anthony Hopkins is one of those ones that I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls out the Oscar this year. I mean, I think on Golden I've still got Chadwick Boseman at the moment, but I may change that by the time the Oscars happen. I haven't decided yet. Yoo Jun from Minari, because I don't know if you've gone to that yet, but she also got the SAG for supporting as well. So she's a wrench that I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen at the Oscars too. Because, I mean, as much as I do want Maria Bakalova to win, Yoo Jun picking up steam now could bode well for her at the Oscars.
No, and I agree, and I think that's what we were talking about beforehand. Is Frances McDormand, but Viola Davis and Carey Mulligan are not here. This makes Best Actress even more interesting because Frances McDormand is at Oscars, so this is gonna be a battle to the finish, a race to the finish, if you will. So I was just talking about documentary. Collective did not win. Neither did David Attenborough. A Life on Our Planet. The Dissident. The Social Dilemma. My Octopus Teacher won. It also won. It lost DGA, but it won PGA. Do you guys think that is our? Dan told me, but for Abe and Malcolm, do you think Octopus Teacher is the front runner, and we should just kind of let it go at this point? It's gonna win.
I'm sorry, but that documentary is weird as. Like,
you don't like it?
Obsessed with? Well, I think it's fine, but why do you get obsessed with an animal for a year?
I don't think he was obsessed. I think at a point in his life he was found
obsessed.
her utterly fascinating. It was only for a year. Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, it's one that it sounds interesting. I might watch it because it's on Netflix. But it's documentaries is not things that I will go to automatically. So it's just one of those ones that I'm It's one of those categories I've never really been invested in because I don't normally watch those movies anyways. But I mean, my lot of feature winning everywhere doesn't surprise me. I think it's probably going to be Collective. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So outstanding debut by a British writer, director, or producer. You have Limbo, Moffy, Rocks, Saint Maud, and His House. Which I did not expect. So good on the writer director for His House. Outstanding British film: Calm with Horses, The Dig, The Father, His House, Limbo, The Mauritanian, Mogul Mowgli, Rocks, Saint Maud, and your winner, beating out The Father and Rocks, Promising Young Woman. Just kind of shows the power Promising Young Woman has, or the momentum that it has. Rising Star, Bucky Bakra. She was nominated for leading actress for Rocks. Supporting actor, you have Barry Keoghan, Calm with Horses, Alan Kim, Minari, Leslie Odom Jr., One Night in Miami, Clark Peters, To Five Bloods, Paul Racy, Sound of Metal, and your winner, Daniel Kaluuya, Judas and the Black Messiah. Are you guys ready to wrap this one up? Are we good?
Yeah.
Simple and clean. All right, leading actor. Look, your nominees were Riz Ahmed, Sound of Metal, Chadwick Boseman, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Adarsh Gwav, the White Tiger, Mads Mikkelsen, Another Round, Tahar Rahim, The Mauritanian, and your winner, out of nowhere, Anthony Hopkins, The Father. Wow, 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 wow. Definitely did not expect that in and of itself, but here we are. So I have not watched The Father yet, just to let everyone know, because $20 after paying only like $10 for movies most days, $20. I'm just trying to be like, Anyway, that's a note aside. Forget I said anything. Leading actress, we have Bouquet Baccarat, Rocks, Rada Blank, the 40-year-old version, Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of a Woman, Wunmi Mosaku, His House, who is also on Lovecraft Country, Alfie Woodard, Clemency, and your winner, Frances McDormand, Nomadland. Animated film, Onward, Wolfwalkers, and winner, Soul. Adapted screenplay. I want to talk about this for a second. Adapted screenplay, The Dig, The Mauritanian, Nomadland, The White Tiger, The Father beating Nomadland for adapted screenplay. I'm going to double check on the correlation at this moment, but what do you guys think this means for The Father when it comes to the ultimate winning adapted screenplay? Malcolm, you are fresh, our fresh panelist. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, so I mean, I still have yet to see Nomadland, so I don't know what that screenplay is, but The Father's screenplay is phenomenal, and it's just one of those ones that I would actually love to see how the play itself is staged, because the way this movie is done, it's so good, and I won't spoil the end of the movie, but it's just one of those ones that really makes you feel the way that Anthony Hopkins character is feeling, and it's just interesting.
Abe, would you have thoughts?
I think it's still a product of what we have been mentioning through the podcast. It's the home field advantage. I think that has something to do as to, well, I still find it hard that Nomadland it's Nomadland, right? Yeah, I'm not crazy. I'm not gonna can win best adapted. I mean, it can win picture, but where are you gonna award The Father? That's an interesting point that I will be thinking. Like, if you're not gonna give it to Anthony Hopkins, like probably the screenplay is one where you give it to. It's a best picture nominated. It's nominated for editing and everything else. So a screenplay will not be a surprise if you want to award it with something that night.
Good job, Abe. Good point. You make it very, very valid. How are you going to reward if you don't give it to Anthony? That's a very valid point there.
Well, and Dan, tell us, what do you think about this mean for The Father?
I think the screenplay is amazing. I mean, you forget that the director of the play directed the movie, so it's his screenplay based on his play that he's directing. So he knows every word. He knows how every word needs to be said, how every word needs to be put into context within the context of that movie. So it makes sense that the screenplay is really tight, really strong, and it is home field advantage for the father. So you can't necessarily correlate that to over here in America. But now that people are starting to see the father, this might actually start to trend upward.
No, and you're right. And I've been looking at the correlation right now. Adapted screenplay for BAFTA is not the best correlation with with actual Academy Award screenplay, adapted screenplay, because you look back. Even in 2014, The Imitation Game won for adapted screenplay. Theory of Everything won at the BAFTAs, or even the year before that one, 12 Years a Slave won at the Academy Awards. If you look back on that one, it was Philomena that won instead. So the correlation isn't always the best thing. There's going to be like Jojo Rabbits or Black Klansman or Call Me by Your Name. Those won back to back to back. So we've had a 3-year streak. Moonlight, in fact, did not win that year, because I think that was the weird year where, like, was it adapted, was it original, and people got that mixed up. Lion won instead at the BAFTAs. The Big Short won at the BAFTAs, and it also again won at Academy Awards. So there's a correlation, but if the farther you go back, the correlation dips off even further. So I would not put all your eggs in the basket of the father being the one to take it home. Nomadland could be the case, but I would not hold my breath just yet. What won WGA again? Do y'all remember off the top of your head? Promising Young Woman won original, but I can't remember what one adapted.
Nomadland couldn't have been nominated. It wasn't nominated, right?
Oh, it was Borat, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Nomadland, Mank weren't nominated.
Interesting. Neither was the father. Was the father nominated or no? Oh, it lost, didn't it?
Yeah, lost. Father, I think Borat won. I definitely know Borat
Yeah,
won.
no, because I think we had that discussion about that.
That's so weird just to think about that. And it won over here, but c'est la vie. Here we are.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what that is. At this point, I have no idea what on earth could be the winner there, but I'm looking forward and holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath.
The father was not nominated.
Yeah.
It was not nominated.
No.
There you go.
WGA. Oh wow.
No.
Then look out for that.
Well, I mean, I think the father and Nomadland both were eligible for whatever reason.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So original screenplay. We have another round. Mank, Rocks, Trial of the Chicago 7, and your winner, Promising Young Woman.
Ooh.
Guys, Aaron Sorkin, I think at this point, he lost everything he got with the Golden Globe is now gone. At this point, I see your motion downward. I see Abe. Yes, yes, Abe. Yes, Abe.
Oh, I'm using Goodbye Aaron Sorkin Oscar for this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's say, are you leaving us, Abe? Goodbye.
Goodbye, to his buddy Aaron Sorkin.
Goodbye, Aaron.
Being that Aaron Sorkin necessarily wasn't the best script or screenplay or whatever.
Trial
He's been doing that for weeks now, right, Abe?
Yeah. Bye.
Goodbye.
Abe's been telling us this for weeks.
The heart.
He's so happy to see Aaron Sorkin in Trial of Chicago 7 not win anything.
Well, I don't think the movie's horrible. I just want to clarify this again.
I know you don't.
Not that good.
I don't think it's his best work ever. I think it's a very good work, and I think I'm waiting for Aaron Sorkin to win his second Oscar, because so far he only has one Oscar. He's got nominations, but he only has one Oscar, and I'm waiting for what that movie is going to be, since he is a esteemed writer when it comes to TV. Can he translate that over but that's another discussion for another day. So Promise Young Woman is your winner. It's won WGA and it's won BAFTA. That is a strong combination. I don't see what else can take this unless it is Trial of Chicago 7 at last minute. Dan, I'm going to go opposite. I did adapted. So Dan, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I still want to see. I mean, this is just a personal. I want to see Trial of Chicago 7. I want Aaron Sorkin to win, because this is his way of like saying we're not going to give it to you in director, even though he didn't even get in director this time for Academy Awards. See, this is his only chance to win, and I really want to see him win. Emerald Fennell got into director. She got into screenplay. She got into some other things. So I want this to go to Aaron Sorkin. But now with the Emerald Fennell winning twice, it's starting to look bleak for Aaron Sorkin here. And maybe it's the exact opposite. Maybe say, oh, this is their way of saying, oh, Emerald Fennell can win because she's not going to win director, so we'll give her this instead. And Aaron Sorkin will have to wait for another time. So I don't know. I mean, I still am rooting for Aaron Sorkin because that's just on a personal note. There, I love Trial of Chicago 7, and I do love Promising Young Woman, but I choose to pick that. But it doesn't mean that Emerald Fennell's not going to win because she's starting to trend upward very good, and Aaron Sorkin's starting to trend downward.
Can I just say, like, we were talking about Chloe Zhao winning for Best Director as Product of the Circumstances. Do you think Trial of the Chicago 7 is nominated for Product of the Circumstances, that the film hasn't been that strong and that's why it's nominated? Because the film came out early October.
I think that no. Sorry, you go ahead and finish what you were going to say.
Oh no, yeah. Well, the film came out like on October. I don't think we will have a normal race that will be still nominated. Like, I don't think people will have pay attention to it.
Which I think Trial of Chicago 7 is the product of a consensus, well-liked film. I think most people will talk to say, I really like Trial of Chicago 7. You'll see some people who really love it, but most people will be like, I liked it. It's really good. And this year, again, has not been the best year when it comes for movies. And I think the Oscars are an exclusive club, meaning like if you have a movie that already comes out with a much amount of people, there's already going to be scrutiny. And because Trial of Chicago 7 was a movie that was well like thrown at money by Netflix, I think that there was like, hey, you're good. You're in the conversation. I don't think Trial of Chicago 7 will look back and be like, this was a pinnacle of cinema. No one will look back and be like, this is a pinnacle of cinema. I could be wrong, but I will not look back on it and be like, this defined the 2020 year, as I think Nomadland does a better job of that, as we discussed in the past. But Abe, did you have any more thoughts about original screenplay and Promising Young Woman winning? Nope, you good? All right, Malcolm, your thoughts on Promising Young Woman and Emerald Fennell winning a BAFTA and maybe an Oscar?
Yeah, I think at this point, Promising Young Woman has got the momentum going, and like I don't think she's going to win director, so they're probably going to give it to her in screenplay. And I mean, one thing I actually just realised is this is the first time Aaron Sorkin's been nominated in original screenplay. He's been adapted every other time. But I mean, it's one of those ones that like for me, I think Aaron Sorkin's won an Oscar already for screenplay, so I think they might give it to someone new who hasn't won before at all. So I think Promising Young Woman has a really good shot at this point.
No, you're right. I think it does have a good shot, and I think it is the front runner right now. Looking back right now, there's a big correlation. Within the past 2010s, only two who won BAFTA did not go on to win the actual Oscar that year for original screenplay. So there is actually a good correlation when it comes to, adapted screenplay, an original screenplay for BAFTA. Okay, I wanted to make sure I'm looking at that correctly. So there's a big correlation recently, more so than not. So at this point, I'm more confident that Promising Young Woman is winning original screenplay than I am with Nomadland or The Father or someone winning an adapted, because I just feel like there's been more momentum and more actual chances we've seen for Promising Woman to win. Okay, moving right along onto the next few, we have editing. I'm gonna just be a little happy about this one over here, guys. The Father, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Trial of the Chicago 7, Sound of Metal is your winner. Now, when I had mentioned the fact of hey, this is something to watch out for, while it doesn't have a lot of flashy editing like Trial of the Chicago 7, it's there's a correlation between that and sound. And obviously, BAFTA does not automatically mean it's going to win. Look out for Ace Eddies. That's the best indicative for the winner. But what are y'all's thoughts? We'll start with you this time, Abe. What are y'all's thoughts about editing and Sound of Metal being victorious?
I wasn't thinking that was gonna win just because. I don't like the movie that much. Well, I know
you don't.
Fine. I don't love it. Let's put it like I don't love it.
Abe did not
But
love a lot of movies this year.
you
Is the
know,
big thing.
when you say that sound and editing, how well edited the sound is, like it makes sense. Like it reminds me of Whiplash in that, well, to drum plays, but like that kind of editing and stuff. So I think it makes sense it will win. Now I will pick it for the Oscars because I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen because I think the usually those technical awards line up in the BAFTA. Well, I don't know how sure. But usually that's where you get the sense in the BAFTA because where it's the most how you will call it, the most similar to the Oscars in the terms of how they vote. Not sure how they vote and everything, but you know the just the British, the American. It's just the only difference, but like how they select winners, stuff like that.
What I will add though is that usually this BAFTA at least tells you what's number 2, if not number 1 right now, because in 2018, Bohemian Rhapsody did not win the Oscar that year. It was Vice. The year before that, it was not Dunkirk, it was Baby Driver. So this kind of shows you what number 2 is. Again, I want to look out for Ace Eddie, but this kind of shows that, to me, this shows that Sound of Metal is one to look out for. Dan, what are your thoughts?
No, I think you're right. I mean, you kind of planted the seed last episode, Manning, and now I'm starting to think you could be definitely right on this. Is that there is a correlation between editing and sound, and with this particular movie, the way they do the sign language and all that kind of stuff, that could really be really makes sense a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I would have to definitely look into myself about possibly changing my pick for editing, because I think I put The Father. Is The Father on the editing for Oscar? I think I might have put The Father in my Gold Derby. I'm not sure.
We'll have to fact check. We'll have to fact check that later.
I believe the editing in The Father is seamless. I mean, absolutely seamless. And it's some of the best editing of any movie the entire year. So, but I also agree that Sound of Metal has great editing. So,
but I think you also have to look out for Ace Eddies again. If Trial of Chicago 7 wins at Ace Eddies, then I'm gonna go over obviously with.
They ain't gonna win editing. I mean,
you don't think
it's
so at
great
all?
editing. It's great editing because they cut from the judge to the table to the guys over on the right. And then they do a lot of the cutting back and forth, and it makes that court scene seem absolutely seamless. I mean, it does. That court scene was done so well. But I just don't think the editing is as flashy as the editing in The Father because of what you have to go through. It has to be disorienting. And I'm not trying to give the movie away because you haven't seen it, Manning.
See, the thing is, it's not. The Father's not nominated for the Ace Eddies. It did not get a nomination.
But we don't know then. We can't really use that as a precursor for whether it could win Oscar or not. You know.
This is true, but like the correlation, like if you look back, saying for that one, it is undeniable. And if it couldn't win in BAFTA, that's when I'm like, okay, if there's no late showing, if it comes out of nowhere, it takes down both some of the ones beforehand. Let's say Trial of Chicago 7 does win for editing. Well, then what's going to be? It's either I has to be Sound of Metal or Chicago 7, but it turns out to be The Father. There is literally no precedent for something along those lines, and it's gonna definitely. It's if The Father wins that, it's walking away with screenplay and actor of the night, and it could be upset. It's not happening, obviously, but look out for that.
No.
Malcolm, what about you? What are your thoughts on editing and how the race is shaping up?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting race because this could be a one in which that there really is no correlation between all the things. You could get something different winning everywhere. Like I personally still think Promising Young Woman could take this out myself, but to me, I've not seen Sound of Metal, so I'm not going to try and pretend I don't know that I know it's anything at all. But eventually we'll see it because it's on Amazon Prime. But yeah, it's just one of those ones that I think it could win. I think it could miss. I don't know.
I'm just looking forward now to seeing exactly what, as we get closer, because obviously there's no more precursors. Like after today, that's it, guys. And we're going to go into a little more detail. Once I beat this bout of COVID completely, I'll have less of a brain fog and we can kind of get into things a little more. But finally, we only have 2 more categories left. I could be very wrong, but I think there's only 2. Oh, sorry, no, 3. Another one we have is film not in the English language. We have Dear Comrades, Les Miserables, Minari, Q Vadis Aida, and the winner with Another Round. I think this merely cements Another Round. If it could beat Minari, this merely cements Another Round as absolutely going the distance at the very end. Agreed? The open floor for this one. Give me a yes, give me a no. Why say so?
No, it's obvious. It's obvious. But look, Thomas Vinterberg got in director. They get a lot of Mads Mikkelsen got into actor. I mean, they love Another Round in the BAFTAs. But it's won everywhere. So that just tells you Another Round. Plus, everybody likes drinking. So it's
Yeah, I mean, after the Oscars, Thomas Vinterberg is going to get another round of drinks for everyone.
Yeah, Malcolm, you've been waiting on that one for a week.
You were waiting for that one. Bravo.
Saving that one up.
Bravo. Okay. All right. Abe?
I happen to agree with their assessment of what's winning foreign language film.
Agreed.
Another one. I want to watch the movie. I saw the trailer the other day, and I don't know where to watch it. Where can I watch it?
It's on it is it's
Voodoo.
it's rentable on, you can rent it on Prime, right? Amazon Prime.
Oh, really?
You can rent it
yeah.
also. You can rent it on Amazon Prime. You can rent it on Apple TV. Plus, either I think plus a lot of other things that may be out there as well. It's not streaming anywhere, is it?
No, it's not.
Not that I know of.
It's not on Voodoo?
Well, I mean, like for free, I guess. If you have a subscription or something.
Yeah.
Nothing. Okay.
Well, technically
Right.
nothing for free. You're paying for all of it.
True. Last 2. Judas and the Black Messiah. This is cinematography. Judas and the Black Messiah. Mank. The Mauritanian. News of the World. And your eventual Oscar winner, ladies and gentlemen, for cinematography, Nomadland.
That's
Malcolm, tell me, what do you think? Is this it?
I mean, I think it probably is it. I mean, I'm personally still holding out hope that Judas wins cinematography, but I think
It's cinematography.
But I think Nomadland could do it. I don't know on what's won cinematography other places, but yeah.
Dan, you were going to say something. What did you have in mind to say for cinematography? Is this it?
Yeah, this is it for Nomadland. But you got to remember, Nomadland's going to win some below the line things, or like possibly screenplay, cinematography, along with Chloe Zhao. I mean, it would be unprecedented to see it just win Best Director and Best Picture and then nothing else. But I think it's going to win a couple other places, and I think one of those places is cinematography and potentially screenplay. So. And then I would bump it up to getting 4 wins. I'd be very surprised if Frances McDormand pulled. I mean, I'm not surprised if she would pull out her 3rd win, but if that would give it 5 if it won cinematography, screenplay, Frances McDormand, Chloe Zhao, Best Picture. That would really cement it as a big time winner that night. So. But I think one of the ones you got to put in it, but check the box for Nomadland is definitely cinematography. I'd be shocked if it didn't win that.
Yeah, there's always I feel like there's always for the past couple of years, I feel like there's always been that cinematography that's just kind of steamrolled. There hasn't been really much of a fight in cinematography for the past few years, like starting with Blade Runner 2049. I'm not sure what was the year before that, but I feel like it's every year it's been it's the same, not the same person, but there is a correlation where one person that year begins to steamroll, and Nomadland I don't think has ever shown any weakness in the cinematography, and I think that's an easy 3. It gets right there on night, whether it's 5 or 4. I think it's on its best day it's 4, or sorry, best day it's 5. Excuse me, I said 4, and I have 5 up on my hand, guys. Jeez Louise, good job. So that is a possibility to be the case. Abe, what about you? What do you think?
Alfonso Cuaron won the Oscar for cinematography. I didn't remember that.
I know, right?
2018. Crazy.
Roma.
Yeah, I don't see Nomadland losing this one. I think it's one of those that it has luck for win. Like still screenplay, I think can be on the verge. Even editing, I mean, there's a chance. I don't see it, but yeah, I found it hard that it loses cinematography. Also, it's beautifully shot. Like even if we're watching a 13-inch laptop, it looks pretty fucking good.
I'm like trying to go back to a time when there was like a big like I'm gonna go double check that to see if there's any like big correlation between like is there been any been year where there's been a split between like BAFTA or the American Society for Cinematographers and Academy Award? Has there been a split between any of those? Because I feel like we're getting a consensus of like these are the ones that get it, but
Yeah.
that's a possibility. I'm gonna double check that and we'll find out later. And finally, we'll wrap up here because Manning's getting tired. He's using a lot of energy right now to expel to get to the end of this. We have for best film, we have The Father, The Mauritanian, Promising Young Woman, Trial of the Chicago 7, and your winner, to no one's shock, Nomadland. So Nomadland is your winner, and I think this kind of cements itself as like the one that's running away with this. Abe, do you have anything else to say regarding, the cementing of that Nomadland being the best picture
Is there
film?
anything else to say? Like honestly, do you think anything else is gonna win? I just want to say the last time that cinematography did not match with the BAFTA and the Oscar was in 2011, where Hugo won the Oscar and The Artist won the BAFTA.
Interesting.
So you have to go back almost 10 years. Or 10 years.
10 years, yeah. Very interesting.
Okay, I didn't know that. Dan, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been championing. It's my number one movie of the year. It's my favorite movie of the year of 2020. I absolutely love it. It's the movie that represents the country. It's a movie that represents the world of what is going on in the world, and it really has a great message, and everything about it is great. And it just ended up coming out in a year where a lot of other movies didn't come out, and it just kind of benefited from that. And hey, what are you gonna do? It's the movie that should win. If it doesn't win, I think everybody would be. I think it's the biggest upset in the history of the Academy Awards if Nomadland does not win the Academy Award for Best Picture, BAFTA and Golden Globe and all these different things. And Chloe Zhao's winning everywhere. It's now Frances McDormand won. I mean, not that you could correlate that, but still, it's just, yeah, this is the best movie.
And Malcolm, are we shocked?
Oh yeah, absolutely shocked. I mean, it's disappointing that I can't think of a terrible movie from last year that it wasn't nominated.
I don't remember. I don't remember what else is coming out, but you're right.
Nomadland will win. I was absolutely shocked Sonic the Hedgehog wasn't nominated.
Oh, yes, you're right. Why didn't it get nominated? It was an amazing film.
Bad Boys for Life.
I knew someone was going to mention that, and I knew it was going to be Abe. I knew it was going to be Abe.
Somebody mentions
Bad Boys for Life.
Every episode, it seems. Someone always brings up Bad Boys for Life every episode.
I know how much he loves it.
There was one episode Abe wasn't here, and Malcolm brought it up.
Oh,
Can
wow.
I say something? That movie.
Go ahead.
That movie is fun. Whatever you want to say about the quality, the script, whatever. That movie is fun.
It's okay. It's not bad. It's not great.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'm not gonna tell you.
It's not a bad movie. I mean,
yeah, but
it's
fun.
Sonic the Hedgehog. I like Sonic the Hedgehog too. So there you go.
Yeah.
I have not seen Bad Boys for Life. I have not seen a single Bad Boys film.
You know what movie sucked? Doolittle.
What?
Doolittle wasn't that good.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. It was watchable.
It was fun. It's fun.
I hate that movie.
Really? I like Antonio Banderas in it. He's playing like a pirate.
I mean, I think I've seen the train careening off the tracks.
Yeah,
it's a train careening off the tracks. I love that. All right, so before we end up, I want you guys, or we end up. Wow, see my brain. Before we end the show, I want to thank you guys again for coming on here and talking about all this. We'll have one more show, and then we'll have our final live Oscar predictions. We're gonna have that live for everybody to be able to watch, and that'll hopefully be not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. And I can't wait to see you all there. But before, I want you guys to start thinking on this. Before we go, I'm gonna do my outro first, but I want you guys to think about this right now. Who is winning Best Actress right now? You're no guts, no glory. Who's winning Best Actress if someone was telling you right now today? And how many is Nomadland winning? On how many is it winning on the ultimate day, the Oscars? So think of those two right now. I'm going to tell you mine right now. Best Actress, this is going to be Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to take it. And again, you can change these at the day of for your predictions. For Nomadland, Nomadland is going to be winning 3 on that day. Picture, director, and cinematography. And Abe, where can they find you? And tell me who's winning Best Actress, and how many is Nomadland winning?
Abraham F25 on Twitter. I don't know how the kids pronounce it these days. I don't know, Twitter, whatever. I don't care. I'm old. I just noticed I'm old. Like, I'm getting old. Also, I think Karen Mulligan's still winning it. I just have that feeling in my body that she's
your gut.
winning it.
Go for it.
Yeah, and I think that screenplay for Nomadland is something that I want to say 3. I want to agree with you. I don't think the screenplay. I think the screenplay can go anywhere because it wasn't dominated. Well, that we don't have a precedent for it, like for a screenplay. Okay, sorry, there was a fly in my room.
I'm like, hello? You okay?
Yeah, there's a fly in my room. Everything's okay. But yeah, I think Karen Mulligan and 3 Oscars for Nomadland.
All right. And Dan, where can they find you? Who's winning Best Actress? And how many is Nomadland winning on the night?
And we forgot to say DGA too went to Chloe Zhao.
Yes. We mentioned that like in passing, mainly because like we all knew it was going to be the case. Oh, actually, quickly, everyone give me your thoughts, and then we're going to end on one quick thing. So, Dan, who's winning Best Actress? How many is Nomadland winning? And where can they find you?
You can find me at Dan Skip Allen on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. Also, I'm a film critic in the Orlando, Florida area, and I write for a website called disappointmentmedia.com. Don't at me. I didn't come up with the name. I just write for them. Also, my own personal blog from the 4th row at wordpress.com. 3 for Nomadland, 3 lock. I'd love to see it get 5, but 3 lock. Carey Mulligan for Best Actress. Like you said, I could change it a couple of weeks, but I don't think I will because I just strongly believe it's her time. It's her year. So that's that.
And Malcolm, what about you? Where can they find you? Who's winning Best Actress, and how many is Nomadland winning?
Carey Mulligan's winning Best Actress, and I think Nomadland's going to win 3. And you can find me on Tape Free Productions. I host Bankham every Saturday. I haven't checked the poll yet, so I do not know what's won, so I don't know yet what's next week's episode is going to be. But Late Night Take 3 is coming back next Sunday. And you can also find me over on Formidable, where I host Formidable Classic and Formidable Random.
And of course, you can find me at Twitter at Cine_Man. That's CINE_MANN. As well as you can find me here on YouTube at Manning Franks, as well as here on various Take 3 things outside of hosting Gone with the Wind. Now, I think that it is Nomadland 3. And I think also that, again, Viola Davis will be the one winning. So I am the odd man out, and I might change my tune at this point, but we will see. Thank you again for joining us in this episode of Gone with the Wind. I look forward to seeing you guys next week, and take care.